from Latvia, and I will turn off the light because it's shining in my eyes, and I want to say hello and a good day. I last week or just a few days ago we were channeling again something about Mars, something about moon, lunar operation, and so on. Oh, so many people online, great. Maybe I choose the right timing. Already 6 people, 9 people, 2 likes. Wow, that's crazy. Hello, yes, Ghost Hunter Killer, nice name. Hello, you too. I will try to keep this information brief, and thank you for the likes. So we have been channeling several times, and I just want to compare a little bit what lately confused me about Goode. Goode. It's day here in Miami, lol. It's almost midnight here in Latvia. Hi from Miami. So, and about Billy Meyer I want to talk, and about the channeling information which I have had. So just a comparison. So at first we were like maybe 3 years ago or 2 years ago, me and my father decided to do some channeling about World War II. And we started doing this channeling, and all of a sudden information started to come about the Nazis, the Hitler crews, and so on. And this information led to about the Germans break out to Mars, to Moon, but the information was that they were quickly disallowed to enter the Moon, at the Moon orbital station, as the beings are always telling. Moon orbital station, or laboratory, or observatory, how they say. And after that channeling, I started to search online about who has said something like this earlier or prior, because man, this was such a crazy information that Germans. So I will tell you, in Latvian channelings per Mars film. I didn't manage to read the complete question of yours, so sorry for that. Okay, he's saying that he really liked the information about the Mars channeling, so thank you that you like this information. So about the Germans, that they were searching all over the planet Earth, fighting all sorts of technology and trying to make the technology to develop more and more technologies, and eventually at year of 1932 they went off to another planet. 1932, 1939, I forgot, but you can watch this video if you like. That I talk more about this. It's an Eagle Corporation. It was how they were represented, the secret corporation Eagles, or Hitler, or something like this. I made a video about this in English also. Somebody was trying to call me, so there was a off. So then I found out Corey online, which was like, to me, confirming all the information which was brought through the crazy channeling which I had, and there was lots of more information that I can put to even more additionally, and I was amazed about that information. Like, oh my god, I'm not getting crazy. It's like I didn't have any information about Antarctica, but the rest of the information was, I would say, accurate even by years, which I received on channeling. And I was like, crazy, this is something really, really exciting. And I started to watch these videos, and as more and more as I watched these videos, and yesterday I watched another of his video. He was with Wilcock, and I always wanted to ask questions to Corey and to Wilcock, and I have never had the opportunity to do it. So I had several questions, which basically I will talk about in this video. The couple of things that doesn't make sense, and the more I started to watch, there are things in the information about Corey that for me doesn't make any sense. And I talked yesterday with one of my friends, and he said, well, yeah, there are many things that don't make sense, but just accept it as information. And I realized, yeah, well, accept it as information, but then I'm still here, and I'm like, but it doesn't make sense. Just few things that don't make sense. It's not like in channeling many things don't make sense. Nearly all things don't make sense. But to it, it's like something doesn't make sense. Something doesn't make up. But first of all, I want to just say a huge thanks to Corey about the information he had brought through. I was like I got so convinced about the crazy stuff that was channeled. Like, who could imagine such a thing, that in year of 1930 and lots of more information was there, but something or nearly biggest part of that was confirmed by Corey's information. So I'm really happy for that. But anyway, the things that don't make sense. First of all, when I started to think, but it doesn't make sense, age regression by year. When you get old, you get age regressed, and then they send you back, and it doesn't make absolutely no sense. Why would they use the effort of age regressing you? Why don't they just kill you? Secondly, as I understood from the channeling, that year of 1969, in those years, many people were took away from Earth to orbital stations to work there. Hundreds of thousands, maybe known right now. What else is going on? Hundreds. Yeah, in the channeling, many things don't make sense. That's so true. Yeah, but some things you can compare to it. So in what I was telling, age regression back to 20 years is like you work there. So okay, you work there, but imagine the risk of flooding the information. Why would they send you back at all? Why don't they just kill you? And why should they age regress you and send you back? It's more logical just never take you back, and that's it. Why should they age regress you by chance that you will have some kind of memory recallments, or how my son called them? It's like, it doesn't make sense. Why should somebody, if it's a top secret organization, like send, oh yeah, we took you and then we put you back, and hey, you reduced your age also by 20, so you can live out your life? It's like, it doesn't make sense actually. It's like, imagine there are like maybe thousands of people work there, and then hundreds of thousands of people come back, and by chance like 5,000 of them get memories back, and they just start talking about this. It doesn't make sense, well, for me. The next thing which doesn't make sense is that we live in years that we always have our mobile phones with us, always, like, and he's telling he's been to Corey's telling he's been to moon, he's been there, he's been everywhere. Memories are by purpose just to make confusion. That's the same as information. Information also confuses, so it's different. So anyway, why should you? What was I telling? Yeah. So why are there no videos? Like, how is it? For example, imagine if somebody would be taken away in an orbital station or somewhere. He will have cameras, everything. He will just start filming and sharing and snap photoing, even, and put in your secret pocket. No, I have not connected Maria Osik from Germany. Sorry, I would love to connect to somebody and talk about something, but I have not even been aware what's Maria Osik. And so that thing also doesn't make sense. The next thing that doesn't make sense, we were channeling also some kind of a lieutenant from, it's an alien lieutenant from the moon orbital station, and he was telling that no humans are allowed on moon. Humans are here from time to time just cooperating with other extraterrestrial beings, other races here, but they are not here to work. They don't have this territory assigned, or any territory assigned to this on this lunar this orbital station. So this is also what was confusing, is that it something doesn't make sense. Okay, there's a channeler in Germany who has channeled the UFO technology. Okay, that's nice. and so it doesn't make sense about the moon. It doesn't make sense about the moon and technology. What was represented, there's many things that make sense about it. So there's several things that just don't come together with each other. And the next strangest thing was, to me, in one of his stories, Corey said, and that's what the point that I started. Whoa, this is wrong. This is went so wrong. About entity attachments, he was speaking about on Venus. He went where there was a lady, who had this sphere that make a sound like a, no, as I understood, as a Tibetan bowl, and this sphere in their hands managed to get out these entities from his attachments or whatever he had. And I was like, oh, this is so. To me, it was like, no, this is so classical about the Tibetan bowls. Tibetan bowls are great in vibration, everything, but entity spirit attachments, this is so classical. It's like so earth type of a thinking compared to the beings we channeled about a completely different point of view about all of this. So now I got to a point where things don't match up anymore. What's going on? And then, as many times as I was looking at Corey, he's a person that has read a lot of books to me, and that seems another thing. His slowly talking voice to me represents that he's always thinking, what should I say, and make up a slow talking this figure about. And this, it just, for me, this information is great, but now it doesn't make sense. And I was like thinking, whoa, what's going on? At first I was thinking this is some kind of a information disorientation, but whatever, it's just information. But I was just wanted to share this video, maybe just share about insights, what you have. And the next thing which I was normally thinking, sometimes I was to me, I was somehow trying to imagine, and also they were talking about people from Latvia have been on some kind of a NASA spacecraft or somewhere, or another planet, on another planet. Very bad connection, sorry for that. Another planet, and I thought to myself, who from Latvia went to another planet? And normally if something like this would happen, I think many people would know, because Latvia is really small here, and also Lithuania. Many people would already know this by talking. So, but anyway, this is not what I was thinking. This is not what I want to share. So there was a question: what doesn't make sense? Well, what doesn't make sense is beings on the planet Venus share the Earth-like thinking about entity attachments and Earth-like technologies about removing some kind of entity attachments with a Tibetan bowl or sphere, whatever. Doesn't make sense. Second, what didn't make sense was, I forgot right now. Yeah, about the moon territory, which humans are on the moon, on orbital station. It doesn't match up quite with the channeling information, but although I think it could match up, because what the channeling beings said from the moon orbital station, that humans don't have territory here. Humans, and especially the Americans, are banned from the moon orbital station. But because I understood that the space programs are divided into 3 corporations, and they are like, how would you say, divided and like breaking up, and they are new like corporations, like splitting. These corporations are splitting. They cannot somehow work together with each other, and they're split into 2 separate corporations. Now that's what I understood. Therefore there are now 3 corporations. And he said that one of those corporations are the Americans, which are basically trying to constantly blow up the moon or try to do some bad things to the moon, and therefore the Americans are banned from the moon. But what I did say is that humans have like contracts with the other races on the moon, so they work together with those other races, and it's like employee exchange program to them somehow. So that's what I said. That's why this information matches up, and in another sense it doesn't match up. And so what else was there? I said it in the beginning of the video. I now forgot because I wanted to talk about the next thing. So imagine a person who has read a lot of books, and he has read a book where somebody is telling that in ages of 1970 and 1960 that people were taken to the moon and then age regressed, or orbital stations age regressed and then sent back. Maybe a true scientific story. I don't know if it doesn't make you post link. Like a scientific story. And then if somebody reads and he's like in a little bit of state, and he said, hey, yeah, maybe I was too in this state. Okay, yeah, you can post it in the Art of Peace website on the forum if you can, or in the question section. So, for example, if you do read a lot of things about spirituality, they tend to start thinking about over and over again. Then you start imagining that you have been there, and then you can also start imagining that you have these memories, and so on, so on, and so on. And somehow they get parallel to each other and just put together to a well thinked over story. So I was thinking maybe this is the case. Well, I'm not sure, but anyway, there's a lot of thanks anyway to Corey about the information that was brought through. That was brought through. And also another thing which to me it seems like is like so many topics are like in a sense negative, that there are these evil beings and evil, like the insects or whatever he was talking about. It also, it's like so negative information. Sometimes you listen to it, yeah, like this information about the cosmos and everything, but you don't like this information about negativity. And why should you talk about negativity as such? So negative beings as such, because whatever energy or point of view we are oriented, that everything comes into, like however people say, manifest, that everything comes in your reality. So I was like thinking about lots about this, and then I was thinking about the Billy Meyer case. When I was new to Billy Meyer about his UFO videos, I was astounded. It was like, wow, somebody has filmed actually those UFOs and everything. And then I listened to some of these interviews, and I was like, well, this was so long ago. About the blue avians, yeah, we have channeled about the blue avians, bird-like beings, and what Enrico said, they are like war-like beings, and every bird-like beings are. Humans are the most evil beings. Well, humans are not the most evil beings. You can sit down and relax to it. I've been seeing and channeling lots of other things. Humans by nature are sweet, caring, and family-like beings, and that's the biggest difference. And also Martians are sweet, family-like beings. Other beings by default are aggressive and power-like looking beings, and that's their energy they want to spread all around, even here on this planet. So stop scaring me now, don't be afraid. About the blue avians, yeah, we were channeling, we were not channeling the blue avians, we were channeling information about blue avians from the Enrico. Enrico said that basically bird-like beings are morally not war-tended, but no, it was not war-tended, like if something goes wrong, they're willing to give a fight for it. If something not happens, they're willing to give a fight. They're like, just YouTube birds, how do I attack people? You will understood what I mean by it. And the blue avians have developed some kind of a path to higher density. Its density is something close to Enrico's density dimension, which from my case would be 6th density, where there is light, only like energetical beings. So they have created a path from the 5th density, where they're quasi-physical beings, to the 6th density, where they are energetical beings, and it gives lots of purpose. And they have developed this path to it, like this gap, energetical portal or gap to it, but they cannot go to it, they cannot leave it, because I understood somehow the channeling, yes, channeling is slippery because we have not actually had experience, but the experiences which you can have in intense channeling will definitely point out to you that you are not hallucinating and not hallucinating at all. So if you can channel and talk to dead people and get exact information, and you can compare to it, and you know for sure that that was exact information that you have never known, then the information you should receive exactly the same way, only about cosmical information, that you have more certainty that it's accurate information. So this is something that the channelers or people who channel need to get more in detail, that start practicing it with something that you can compare on information. The thing is that about UFOs, that what I understood from channeling is that planet Earth and solar system is in a quarantine zone. It's the same as Corey said. It's a zone where there is like really controlled air traffic about what's going on here, and by the history that we have channeled, that information that we have channeled is that solar system where the Phaeton planet has been destroyed has been open to many types of races, and they started to do wars here about the territory. And so the lunar moon orbital station came in to start protecting this energy field, to make it a balance or a neutral zone, as the channeling said, and Corey said the same, which was, to me, was like, wow, interesting. And so in that sense, the UFOs have, without allowance, they cannot actually come here. So this is like a controlled airspace. You would say the solar system is a controlled airspace. So continuing about the blue avians, that they need a gap to, or balance this gap to the 6th density, but they cannot advance to the 6th density because because of the energy field which is in this solar system. I would say this solar system contains a negative energy field, in a sense, easier to understand, and therefore these blue avians are here to help to balance out these energies, or to take control, not like take control, but to help assist to balance out these energies so that they can also advance to higher density. So it's like a corporation with them. It's like a corporation, a connection. Another thing is that people who have connection, high connection, well, something like, for example, Bashar or Daryl. For example, if you watch a person who channels, you can sense in him energy. You can sense in his energy that is much more other than people who is talking. And by looking at Corey or Wilcock, just nothing, like nothing. It's like just talks. Okay, I will introduce myself to Maria. So thank you for sharing, and thank you for sharing to everybody. So this is another thing by Joe Geertz. This is another thing by this information which led to me to think something is not matching up. Something is outdated, you would say. So there was a lot of information, and now it becomes outdated. There's nothing, not like nothing, but there is the same. About the Billy Mayer case. So I was like amazed. I didn't channel at that time. I was like amazed. Well, somebody filmed UFOs, and I was like crazy. It's like great. It's like good news. It's like fun for me. Well, not that much, but then I started to. One of my friends was channeling, and then I started to asking him, yeah, but you know, there was this Billy Meyer, and he said that Pleiadians came to him, and he was taken out of space, you know, and that, and he said. The being channeling through that person says, well, we don't see anybody, that it's not that easy for anybody to go into outer space, especially if somebody else comes here to this planet and is being taken to outer space. We don't see it that possible. And then I said, yeah, but it's all filmed. It's like pure evidence and so on. And he said, well, we don't see that as a possibility for that easy for somebody to go there. And I was like, well, maybe this is just hallucination or what, or maybe he's not channeling or something. I was like a little bit stunned, but wow, it doesn't make sense. And then I, maybe just 2 years ago, I decided, hey, I haven't watched Billy Mayer's interviews. Maybe it's something I need to watch. And as soon as I turned off that, can I make an Inko appear in my dream state? I don't know if I can make it, but I sure can tell him to try to go to you in your dream state. In fact, he's already hearing, because I feel his presence. But in his dream state, I'm not sure if you can, if you know, there is another girl here in Latvia that also channels Enrico, and we one time did a double channeling, she and me, and simultaneously. Boy, that was such a great experience. It was such a great experience. And when Enrico comes to me and says, tell her something, I instantly see her in her room, and the energy is there, the same energy as Enrico is there. And I asked, how did you feel? She said that at that point, after the channeling, she said, well, I said, that Enrico is pointing you and telling you that you need to channel. She said she started to feel so excited, so crazily excited, and that's the point where you feel that some being is trying to connect to you, other than if you allow, or your energy allows that experience to happen to you. But have I seen Enrico in my dream state? Never. I have had crazy out-of-body experiences, crazy out-of-body trainings in dreams, in some kind of other places, or like a dream lessons or something. But him in presence in dream state, I have never seen. So this is something which is, to my case, something to study more about the dream states, and how do we connect to beings, how we can see them in dream state. Because I think out-of-body experiences are most important, and they can bring you clear images. Sorry, I will. I didn't read that last question, or maybe it was not the exact question, but something that I have said in earlier channelings. But anyway, I wanted to talk about the Billy Meyer, and then I was like, whoa, what's going on? And then I started to watch his video while I was driving into my countryside, and I was like, what the heck is he talking about? And it's like, well, to me at that point when I was new to it, it was like cosmos to me. And now I'm reading, what the heck is he talking about? Space travel, they traveled and they reached the speed of light, and then they portaled in and so on. It's like, what the heck are you talking about? I have seen so many UFO technologies or Pleiadian technologies that we have channeled. They're completely different what he was saying. And I was like, what the heck are you talking about? And well, some of the messages were accurate, but some of the messages were completely opposite. And the information that was most pointed me out, but Billy Mayer was like, he said in one video that there are only 12 or some kind of a certain number of people that can only talk with spirit world, and he's one of them. And I was like, what the heck? Maybe he said 12 or 8 or 20. I was like, what the heck is he talking about? I know maybe 12 to 20 people that can easily communicate with dead, like people who have died. And this is only in my friend's zone, of friends which I know. And now he's saying that on this planet Earth. I was like, what the heck is he talking about? And then I said, no, this is completely comfortable zone. So anyway, the Billy Mayer was sharing this information, then I started to think, well, what's going on? It's completely opposite, or maybe completely wrong from the channeling. But maybe if you something new to it, completely new to it, it's near godlike cosmos for you. So as in my case it was in the beginning. And then I started to search for Billy Mayer scam on YouTube, and then I was, yep, it's all made up, and I was like, yep, now it makes up with the channeling information, and now it makes up with the information that I've got, not I got, but also the people who were channeling in my group, not my groups, but in the groups where I was present. And yeah, well, about Enrico I will talk a little bit later. And then I remembered that person, one of my friends who channeled, and he said we don't see any as possibility to go into outer space that easy. And I was like, what's going on? And now it makes sense. So anyway, about channeling and reading stuff on internet, you have to be really delicate, because when you decide to do channel, or when you learn to do channel, or if you are born here to do this task or do this mission as being a medium or a channeler or whatever, you really have to trust completely yourself and the information that is coming. And first you have to distinguish your mind and the information that is coming, but you can distinguish really easily after you had the first intense experience. And then secondly, you have to stop reading, stop watching, because there's so many, let's say, mixed up information available here. It's not like mixed up that somebody is specially mixing up all information, but mixed up because somebody has read a book and he interprets this book in his own way, and he just interprets it indifferently. The same like Bible. There's so many interpretations about it, and you can easily lost yourself in all of this. So the most important way for anybody, for you, me, and everybody else, is just trust yourself, be yourself, and accept everything only as information. Don't accept like true essence. But maybe if that helps you, that's completely fine. So another thing about the Corey is we have channeled so many information about the space, and that space is full of quarantine zones, zones where no human beings can ever enter because of the magnetical or radiation that's there. And as for example Enrico said, that you can easily, your bone density can change, your bones can disrupt, you can easily get elder and easily eventually just die of aging really quickly. There's so many things that can happen in the outer space that we are completely not aware of that, and it's not that easy to travel into outer space. It's not that easily to even go beyond Earth's atmosphere, because Earth's atmosphere filters a lot of things. And about the bone density, I compared this information by watching like NASA's live stream videos about one lady who said that being in outer space in this orbital station, you have to exercise a lot. And I was like, whoa, why? And she said because your bones density can change, and your bones can just disrupt, because bones are used to pressure, to gravity pressure. And I was like, oh, it makes sense. A lot of things make sense. So now talking about the Corey, and also just easily travel into outer space easily. It's like crazy. It's like something doesn't make sense. Something like maybe he's not actually going anywhere, or maybe he has never been anywhere, but he has lots of great insight, information, read somewhere, been somewhere, which is great, which is absolutely highly great. But if it's all based on information that is read one time, or by the memories that have been one time, that easily this information will last out. It's like everybody will, okay, it's talking the same and the same and the same, and the information can get outdated. So I was like, to me it was like a little bit like something doesn't make sense anymore. Also, to like Billy Mayer didn't make a lot of sense, and this is also not making sense by comparing to the and to the experience through the channeling which I have got. So it doesn't, for me, it doesn't make sense. I know for sure that to a lot of people channeling doesn't make any sense, and a lot of channelers to me also don't make any sense, but that's completely fine. It's like just everything from point of view. So about the Enrico, wait, I will try to see what was the question. Show comments, yes, and no comments appear. Well, that's not good. So maybe if somebody tries to disrupt information which we know about certain things about ufology and so on. As far as I understood it, Enrico has found a person from who and through who to speak. As far as I understood to myself, as far as now, that I have this agreement in my lifetime, I had this mission in my lifetime to do these channelings. And it's not about whether channeling information is precise, accurate or not accurate. It's about changing the energy field in humanity, changing it to a positive field. Maybe I'm just thinking that this could be the case of purpose of the channeling. Maybe the way will unveil only later on. But anyway, it's about sharing so because Enrico many times is sharing so much information, and all of it is related to like trust yourself, don't put yourself into bad energy form, enlighten yourself, do the things you want to do the things that are enjoyable, stop paying attention to negative things, why are you interested in this negative things, and so on. It's like trying to put human mind from the negative oriented thinking to positive oriented thinking, and it's completely fine. I completely like it, and I'm completely energized from those channelings, because sometimes I overworked and I'm tired, and from month to month it gets a little bit depressing. As soon as I start the channel, after that it's like everything is so perfect, this life is so perfect, this life is so amazingly perfect, and you just start smile, jump around, not physically jump around, but in yourself you start jumping around, and it's like completely different point of view. And this is really important for us humans, that we tend to think about so many things, we tend to go into so many ways, we tend to think about so much junk. So much junk we have here, that you need to just change your energy, change your point of view, change your whatever state you are, and realize that you are in an awakened state right now, and you can be whatever you wish, you can do and have whatever you wish, and there is no depression, there is such a thing as fear, depression, or waiting for something. There is only the thing that you wish to do right now with absolute excitement. There is nothing you can miss, there is nothing you can be too late for. You can only be right on time to the experience of I'm being late, and this is such an interesting and exciting experience. This is what Enrico is all about, and he's funny, and his jokes are funny also. And what else was there? So my just video which I wanted to share. I didn't imagine, but what you read is what Mary is telling, that we can channel and something, and I didn't read what. You can maybe type just a comment or something, and I will instantly see the question again. So this is my conclusion about now that I'm in the point of, hey, there's so much information out there that maybe is disoriented by any means, especially, or by any means accidentally, or by any means this is a planned way of making humans think some kind of specific way. And then yesterday okay, watch Maria, make a second video of it. Okay, I can watch this Maria and make about a video, my point of view of Maria's channeling, which I have never seen before, so I have no clue what you are trying to tell to me. But in the conclusion of this video, the more, let's say, energized you are, the more you realize that there is no point of, okay, I will love it, thank you. Sounds like I will love it. So there is no point of even knowing the truth essence of life, because there is no truth. There is even no unnecessary to know something other than your true self, other than be yourself. This is from Enrico. And when you realize your true self, you will realize that you're just floating, and the float in your life, or the direction is life in your life, or the things you experience in your life are determined by the inner sensation, by the inner feelings, or by the inner energy. For example, if you feel sad, bad, feelings of lost, very bad connection, stand by. So if you are a bad, sad, lost, this is the energy that dominates and determines your reality, what you experience. So whenever you become more connected with your true self, I can talk about this a lot more. The more you are connected with the higher self, the more you are connected with the spirituality in the essence, and the more you realize that there is no point of even paying attention what's going on out there. The most important thing what is what's inside of you, who you truly are. And to realize this, to self-realization, is really a mind-blowing, it's not even a mind-blowing experience, it's a full of sensational experience. It's full of, you would say, no, I would not say loving experience, but it's full of the feelings of your true highest enjoyment of life, your true highest enjoyment. Thinking, engraving. Yeah, like you're just saying, we don't make mistakes. We are here to just enjoy life, enjoy presence. So, and also from the spiritual point of view, the more you know, like in terms of mind and concepts, how is everything made, if it's too much, then you lose the grasp of spirituality, lose the grasp of who you are. But the less you know, it's more easier for you to meditate, because you don't pay attention to precise meditation and so on. You just start enjoying this moment. You just start enjoying this meditation. Another thing, if we are looking and waiting from some kind of ETs to come to save this world and so on, we are just also wasting our true enjoyment of this beautiful life we have here. We are waiting for something. We're trying to find something. We're trying to rediscover how it should be, how this works, or is it truth or is it not the truth. And so I was thinking about these Corey's and Billy's Myers cases, and then I was like thinking too much about it, and then I came back to this thought when Enrico was telling us that, well, yeah, it actually doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The really thing that matters is, so Corey may be long about feelings, but he was living in university, lives plenty so that we can travel inwards and expand our DNA capabilities. And here is the question, do actually we know what's a DNA, or we just talk about it? Do we completely understand what's a DNA, or are we just talking about it, or thinking that we know what's DNA, or thinking the terminology is what's DNA? Because sometimes you need to really fully understand it to say, gravity organs, fully understand to say, yes, I really realize what's that, yes, I really know what's that, but in other words, I do not know what is it. I just see it. It's there's a joke, a funny thing. For example, many people talk about energy, but many people don't feel energy. This is just a comparison. And also sometimes when I do these chi lessons, I feel this energy, I can guide this energy, I have done several things also with this energy. I know and feel the energy. I somehow a little bit understand this energy, although there's so much to discover. And there are people in the class, in the rooms, that know too much about energy but don't feel it at all. They just think it guides somewhere, but when you get in contact with energy, you just so intensely feel it. You can control so many things in your body. Yeah, okay, I will watch also about energy. So, but anyway, there is this joke. A scientist guy comes to this chi guy. A scientist guy goes to this chi guy, qigong guy, and many people who practice this chi can easily do like wave hand to you, and you can so strongly feel this energy that you okay, energy exists. Or you put hand like this, another hand puts like this, you start sending energy, the other person's hand will start itch and vibrate, and so on. So many things you can experience with this. Or you can just move the other person by not touching him. Everything of that be everything on that be can felt and experienced. That's no problem. So this chi guy, the scientist, comes to this chi guy and says, hey, but like there was something like, the scientists know what's oxygen. Wait, what was the joke? This chi guy goes to the scientist guy and asks to the scientist guy, hey, what's oxygen? What's air? And the scientist guy is like in full knowledge of air is everything we breathe. This is air, everything around is air. And the scientist then asks to this chi guy, hey, but what's energy? And the chi guy says, everything is all around us, right here, and just pushes him with the energy. And in other words, I said it wrong, this thing, but what was the funniest thing about it, that the scientist knows by so many definitions what's air, but in other words have no clue what it is. They just know the definitions. And this chi guy has no clue what's energy or what's air, but he can just show it to him what it is, but he has no explanation or no clue to it. So in other words, also in terminologies we know what's DNA, we know what's the science fictions and everything, but in true essence we don't know how it works. It's just there, we just observe it, we just learn it, we just see that it exists, but what is it, we don't know. And I think we will never find it out. We just can find the nature of it. The nation, like science is, the similar word to science is observe and measure. It's not create something, it's observe and measure. Yes, okay. So in the end of the video, I just shared my loud thoughts, and that's it. There is no point of these thoughts. There is no I've watched so many chi videos online, and I've experienced so many things with chi. The only thing with energy what you can do is practice and achieve this ability. But to me it's like almost like been there, done that. But the computer programming for me is like, okay, this is something interesting. So the chi and energy, and also this ufology and channeling, is something that you do it if it's your passion, you do it if it's your excitement. It doesn't matter whether your excitement is gardening, whether your excitement is reading, whether your excitement is I said already, reading, driving, or whether your excitement is fixing something. It doesn't matter what is your excitement. It doesn't compare which excitement or stuff is better or greater than other. But for your soul, for your true essence, the thing what you are doing, the thing what makes you enjoyful and makes you happy and makes you uplifted, is the thing that is the highest value to you. First time I see. Yeah, the thing that's whenever you are writing it appears for a moment and disappears, and the person with the READ name at the end is posting so many videos, and irokinesis and so on. Yes, those things are definitely possible. Yes, that things, many people on this planet do those things. Yes, anti-gravity, Edward Leeds-Kalman, who built the coral castles. Yes, everything exists there. Everything is, you can find it out, you can watch it, you can enjoy it, you can have a thought or two about it. And I have been doing this also earlier, but then for me it gets to a point, there's so much information out there. If you know all that, I will get crazy. And also the beings who come to channel, there's like, if you also pay attention to them, you can get crazy also. No, it's not that you're posting too much, it's that I will go home now. It's that I have no capacity in my memory anymore, and right now I'm learning another programming language and slowly learning it, and I feel that I will just give up. I cannot hold so much information in my brain anymore, and I will just give up. And it helps for channeling. You give up, you don't remember anything, and as soon as channeling happens, you can send information so clearly through, because it doesn't mix together with your memories and your thoughts. It goes through clearly, and you can just stand out, and maybe you can afterwards, you don't even remember that you had the channeling. So is there any I cannot for you? I think you mean, is there something I cannot do for myself? When I was young, I knew when I was young, I knew here that I can learn anything and I can be anything as I wish, what I wish. I knew it when I was young. And there is another thing which is really deeply inside of me, and yesterday after a channeling I had this uplifting in my senses really strongly. And when I was young, maybe 2, 3 or years, I have memories also before I came here. Through the tunnel, blue light tunnel, crystal tunnel, and I have memories prior to that also, which are like here. They are here and they will never leave. It's like maybe a reconnection back to understanding that you're not human. Like, this memory is here to just tell you, don't forget you're not human. Because something you have no information about whatever has been happening. It's easily to classify, oh, maybe I'm hallucinating, oh, I'm just a human. But that memory gives me a strong understanding that no, I just came here energetically. I'm not physical. It's like a disconnection from that thought. And the second thing is, when I was young, I knew that I am here to change lots of things here. And of course, there was no information what I will change. And I didn't understand the last question. There are things I don't know about how it will happen, how the life will unfold. But when I started doing these meditations and started making these, you would say, videos, or starting sharing this information for maybe past 7 years, if I look back to it, I see a path of it. But about changing the world or changing many things in this world, I'm not sure yet. But everything is in front, so if something like this will happen, that's okay, fine. If not, okay, that's fine. That's whatever. And sometimes I think also about one thing, that I needed to go. I will go tomorrow. Other things like, imagine if we as humans would not have these egoistic thinking about, I need to achieve something in my life, I need to work, I need to be, I need to eat, I need to hurry, do something. Now I will drive right now, because I want to go for a walk tomorrow. I need to leave my monitor in a different place. So if you would not have these desires for For example, if we would come here as an old soul, as an experienced soul, or energy field or energy body, whatever some may call, that we would just sit down, whatever we are, wherever we are. We would see so many people running around, trying to be unconscious, running around trying to be. We would even not have the classification of them being unconscious. We just see them as ants in this ant house, running, doing something. Some of them cry, some of them worry, some of them laugh. In 20 years, Earth is going to be awesome. Yes, I can tell you one thing. After 5 minutes, Earth will be just as awesome and even more awesome if you allow it to be awesome. And if you start seeing it to be awesome. And so why not waiting 20 years other than just started to see it awesome as the other beings are seeing our world completely awesome at every step we take. So this old soul is just seeing the humans as running, worrying, crying, laughing. We don't need technology here on Earth. That's the biggest thing. We need technology for the technology to be in balance with Earth, with our planet, because we are right now really abusing the planet with our technology that we have here. We are consuming these technologies, these things in a unnecessary, incredibly unnecessary way. Humans are for the nature here. We are not here for the technology. So yes. Sorry if I just sorry. Yeah, but that's what I wanted to say about the last channeling about the nature. I understood that we are here and the nature is here to help us, and without nature we're nothing. So nature can help us genetically, energetically a lot more than any science can ever do to us. Go for a shower and I'll be off by then. So anyway, this old soul, right, as he was talking, everybody's running, everybody's screaming, crying, laughing, winning, losing, dying, born, and this old soul is like, you just sit here and watch this circus. It's not like circus, it's just like watch this amazement, watch this and feel the inner presence, feel the inner joy. And there is no classification or no concept whether to this moment is good or bad. It's just a fulfillment. This moment is a fulfillment of this moment. Okay, thank you for watching this video. Bye. So, and this moment is so fulfilled of the absoluteness in this moment. Or some might say this moment is so fulfilled with God, the presence, the bright light, the sensation that you don't need to distract from this moment from anything. Like feelings of doing something, feelings of achieving something, feelings of lacking something, and so on and so on. You don't run away from this moment. You just sit down and enjoy this moment. And then you start feeling, oh, I may die, I have nothing to eat, and so on. You just, these thoughts, they just so disconnect you from this presence of God, or this presence of bright light, this presence of your true self. And you may feel, okay, I must do something. You will go and you will do it. But in other words, you just sit there in pile of dust, smile, and be in the highest fulfillment that not everybody on this planet, if this planet actually exists, not everybody can even bear to achieve this state of the enjoyment of the soul, or the soul's enjoyment. It's not that it's something, an absolute state, but it's something about experience that all souls have, that this world, I have experienced plenty of this world. There's nothing I need to we'll talk about the inner city. So about the old soul, that there is nothing, that not like nothing, but wait, I will check the battery status. Okay, so that there is everything experienced. There's I won't be in those mind concepts. I won't be in those running mind concepts as everybody is experiencing out there. I just want to be myself and witness the presence of my true self, being and disattached from these mind concepts. Just be the pure essence and pure myself as I am, and enjoy it because it's the true divine state. It's the only true state that there ever is, this divinity in your side, not this divinity that you feel. So about the inner earth, this was also another thing, but I think about the inner earth, I've been doing videos, just being breathe. These when the Phaeton planet exploded, the energy field around the solar systems were removed because these star seeds that, as I call them, God humans that were living here, developed these three planets, the Phaeton, Mars, and Earth. They developed them with high nature, and it was their heaven of home, I would say. But when the planet exploded, and this is another story, it's a longer story, I think I shared in a different video, this aura, this energy of the solar system was removed, and everybody evacuated from the solar system. They went away to Pleiades, to other planets, other galaxies, and back to their originated state where they came. And other beings went inside the earth and developed cities inside the earth. And this ancient civilization, they were really advanced in technologies that have no computers or nothing, but they used these rocks and crystals like Stonehenge and pyramids rocks. And by the last channeling, as I understood, pyramids were used to make a polarity, to polarize the earth, to shift polarity of the earth. And it was interesting information. So these beings went inside the earth, and I didn't quite understood inside the earth as inside the earth, or inside the earth from the inner earth portals they went to another inner earth somewhere else. This I didn't quite catch up, but anyway, they went inside the earth and they use these portal mechanisms. And that's true what they say, that inside the inner earth there is sun, clouds, there's an artificial climate that they teleport. About the incarnation, it's a longer story also, but I will tell it from the channeling. So in the inner earth they have portals, they portal sunlight inside, they create the artificial environment, they have water inside, but the thing is also, this is from far, so many civilizations opposite to our civilization, is that other civilizations, everything is exactly calculated, how much they need to eat, how much territory everybody needs, everything is exactly calculated. It's not like here we eat a lot and create garbage. On inner earth everything is recycled, completely everything is recycled. Nothing is too much and nothing is too less. Everything is precisely as much as we need. So imagine simply no garbage, completely no garbage. Everything exactly. So you take your dish, you eat as much, exactly as much as you put onto your dish. And yeah, they have these levitating rocks, these portals, these teleportation systems. They go to another planets and so on. And there's another civilization in Earth that is highly advanced in communication and communication field. One of them is just living out their lives, and another of them is just communicating and using communication. Why do we born here? Because to carry out the evolution. Many of, especially on Mars, which we channeled just a couple of days ago. I will tell this, then I'm finished because my throat starts to hurt. For example, we have lived through the ages of barbarians. Our physical bodies, our blood ancestors have lived out these experiences, and we have the cellular memory in our atom cells. There is a small tiny pincers of memory left for example, we have lived out through many diseases, and we have lived out through many experiences. For example, diseases. And nowadays, for example, those diseases may be so dangerous, so heavy, and they have lived out this evolution of this process and find a way out of it. Soul's experience went through it. And now at that point, now here, when we are here right now, we have cellular memory of all incarnations our genetical blood ancestors have had. For example, your blood memories. And whenever you come across to this disease, you have, okay, no worry, no stress, and the physical body is also easier to recover. Thank you, Goode, also, bye-bye. It's easier to recover, easier to understand, without stress, without worries. What can we do? What can we do? Help us. And it's through many things. It's through many things, like about nature. We have, our ancestors were so good with nature, and if we just go to the nature and just open up, we would instantly have so many understandings. Okay, this flower is meant for this is meant for this is meant for that. We will have this ability to remember by intuition, by senses, what's most best for us. We would not have to train. There is like a intuitive memory to it that we don't remember through visions, but we remember through feelings and through reaction to that situation. So the purpose of many souls reincarnation is just, you are here, for example, you, me, and us are here entering this era of technology. We are learning this technology, and to carry out this evolution in future, we reborn also, if it's necessary. On Earth it's not so much necessary, but for example on the Mars, what I said, the souls there reincarnate over and over again, just because they learn this difficult starvation period they are having, this situation which they are having of lack of everything, and they reincarnate back and back, because the soul has also a memory, comes back, and the soul is already familiar how to survive in this environment, to carry out this tremendous amount of information the physical body has within itself, to carry out the evolution of humanity, to carry out the cycle of the physical bodies, so that they can be more advanced, more knowledgeable, more survivable, and more in terms of, let's say, advanced in the future, because whatever our ancestors have learned or experienced, it serves us right here, right now. For example, imagine a primitive evolution state would be a parrot who's living in the sky, and he has only two functions: look around and try to find something to eat. And of course he dies somehow. Of course he dies. The next evolution has learned that fruits grow on trees. The next evolution have learned that we don't walk on the ground, we build nests, and next learn easily, instinctively, that we can build nests. They already by instincts know how to build the nests. And the next, and so on, they come to a highly developed genetical body that does so many things instinctively. So, and it's just a simple story, but it's more complicated to it. It's like, complicated, like more complex, because it relates to all fields in our life, So this is one of the things why we reincarnate, just to continue our love to this planet Earth. When we are as souls, we have huge love against all this planet Earth, because planet Earth is so, and the nature is so loving you. You just cannot imagine. It's like we are brainwashed to be away from it. The nature is so much giving to us. It's a huge free energy to us, but we are just doing stuff incredibly silly. And what else? But it doesn't mean that we have to be like forest creatures, go inside the nature. It just we have to really care about the nature. What else? Yeah, so also many of these souls reincarnate back just to carry out the evolution on the planet Mars, so that the planet can continue, and the human race can continue, and when we are ready, like us humans here are ready for the next evolution path, higher advanced souls with higher energy will come in and take it away from here, take it away from us, doing the next things in the state of evolution. So we are here like elders, and we give it to the next elders and next elders and next elders. But this is from channeling, so in my opinion, we are here. I don't know why. It's really different from you, from me, and from everybody else. Maybe there's a one overall picture, but everybody's here to do something different. Okay, now I'll finish because I really need to go. Well, it's midnight almost. And good night, everybody. Hope this video was useful to you, and enjoy.